So I made my first video exactly 1 year ago. Well, it will be if I put this up at the right time. If you've been here since the beginning, thank you for sticking around. And obviously the sound of my voice isn't killing your ears. And if you're new, welcome, hello, this is my channel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recap the whole year on YouTube and just kind of, you know, reminisce about the good times and the bad times. So, May, I decided I wanted to make a video because I noticed that my hair was getting really long, so I just thought, why not make a hair journey video? I spent a lot of time on the computer making this stupid animation that took me hours to do. I didn't really want to appear on camera, that's why there's a really short intro and the rest of it is just pictures of my hair. I mean, it was my first video, you know. I was really nervous about uploading it because I never told anyone that I was gonna start YouTube. The only person I told was my boyfriend, and he was like, yeah, why not? Why don't you do it? And I just thought, yeah, why not? So when I shared it with my friends, it was kind of like, where did this come from, Zainab? And I was like, do you know what? I've been thinking about this for ages and ages, never had the guts to do it. Finally done it. Third video is obviously my wash routine. Now, I only made this because a lot of people were asking me, how did you grow your hair so long, and what did you do? And it's just like, well, I did nothing. Basically, that was the trick, to do nothing, to just wash my hair and leave it, rather than straightening it and manipulating it and trying to do all these different things and dyeing it. Just leave it. That one was an interesting video because I had to balance my tripod and my camera on my toilet to be able to film in the shower because I had no one to help me. It fell once and I really thought I broke my camera because it landed face down right on the lens, but it was saved. So my fourth video was filmed in the summer, and it was just after I came back off of my holiday and I was covered in hives, and I just thought, this is the perfect time to talk about something real. I have health issues, let's be honest. I have eczema, I have allergies, and this was kind of the direction I wanted to take my channel in anyway. I know I started with hair, but in the back of my mind, I knew I was going to talk about eczema and allergies at some point. And the first video was allergies. It's not easy just waking up in summer and wanting to go outside in the sun. It's like, oh, am I going to be a rashy mess today? And now I went back to hair. So because it was the summer and I had a lot of time off since I work in a college, I just thought, let's do your hair. So I had a couple of weddings to go to, let's straighten it. Then I thought, let me do braids. I have never ever done braids before. In like July and August, I did push out quite a lot of videos. I was quite consistent, maybe like one every 2 weeks or one every 1.5 weeks. I was pretty consistent. And then I thought, let me do something fun. Let me do a 50 facts about me. I think the 50 facts about me was one of my most favorite to film. I don't know why. Even editing it, I think that was one of my favorites. Just because it was like short and sweet and quick. And then the video that kind of changed my life, I would say, is my eczema video. I'm really nervous about putting it out because obviously I show my skin. I talk about issues like not feeling pretty and worrying about if I have children, and it was quite personal to me. But I put it out there, and this was definitely one that I was very proud of. It made me remember about all the shitty times at the doctors and all the times I felt like I had to cover up, and it was like a diary almost. I was still dealing with my skin flaring, and it was just actually getting worse. And that is probably why I chose to film it when I did. Not only did my subscribers go up from that video, and I realized, you know what? More people are out there suffering. It's all good to have videos about makeup and beauty and all this, but like the nitty-gritty of life is that no one is perfect, and the main purpose of makeup for most of us is to hide our imperfections, and trust me, I have a lot of them. So I thought, if this video about me being honest and open and transparent about my skin is causing my not only my views to go up, but also my subscribers to go up, and they're sticking around for stuff like this, maybe this is my niche, maybe this is where I need to go. So I uploaded that video in September, but it wasn't until November that Emmy actually messaged me and told me about topical steroid withdrawal. That was obviously when my whole world just changed. I literally stopped the next day that I read her comment, and within a week of stopping, maybe not even a week, within 3 days, my skin went crazy. So I made a video telling everyone that, number one, I'm stopping steroids. Number two, if you are taking steroids, please reconsider your choices. And number three, Me expressing how bloody scared I was for the months to come, and I was just sitting there waiting for this to pass. That was literally my sentence, just to wait it out. And boy, did I not know how hard that would be. I fully underestimated it in the beginning. I said, okay, we're gonna swell a bit, we're gonna flake a bit. No, we were gonna swell a lot, we were gonna shed a whole lot of skin, and we were gonna cry through the whole thing. That's what happened. I think one day I was sitting at home going through my videos. I have the YouTube Studio app, and it just keeps a track of all your videos, your views, your subscribers, and it tells you all this like analytical stuff. I was going through a part on the app where it tells you where your views are coming from. So mainly my views were coming from YouTube, e.g. people were clicking on the video straight from YouTube. But I noticed that one of the top 3 places that was directing traffic to my channel, 30% of them at the time, was this place called healthcentral.com. Now, I have never heard of them, so I googled it obviously, and it was a medical kind of website, and I couldn't see where stuff was getting directed to my page. So I searched for my name on the website, and I was in an article. So I clicked on it, and basically the article was called 9 bloggers who are taking on eczema one post at a time. Zainab Danjuma. I was like, what? I'm on the internet. YouTube newcomer Zainab Danjuma has recently started sharing her experiences with eczema and allergies. The British-based blogger, apparently I'm a blogger now, gives viewers an in-depth look at her 28 years of struggle with eczema, including her challenges finding a doctor who would listen to her and her exasperation with treatments that left her skin discoloured and still constantly flaring. Her videos also discuss hair care and hairstyle issues relating to Asian African hair. I was a bit taken aback because like they never told me that they were putting my name on their site and that they've like advertised me. It was weird. So I emailed them and I was like, hi, I've just seen that you're putting my name on your site. I'm really flattered. If there's anything else you want to know, just, like email me. And that's where it started. They emailed me back and they're like, yeah, we want to hear more from you. Would you like to write for us? And I was like, why am I going to say no? So they gave me some topics to write about, and so far I have done 2. The first one was makeup no-nos, because obviously I'm a girl with eczema that wears makeup, so I have some tips about how I make my skin look flawless. So I wrote an article about that. Number 2 was things people with eczema are tired of hearing. Boy, I could write an essay about that. I am sick of hearing a lot of things. On top of that, this lady who is like a journalist for the site, she contacted me and wanted to do like a one-to-one interview with me. She lives in America, I live in England, and there is about a 5 or 6 hour difference, so we had to create a time when we both could Skype. I haven't used Skype in years. I didn't even know how to log on to the damn thing. But we spoke, and there was me thinking it'd be like a 20-minute thing. We spoke for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. And she kept saying, but Zainab, your skin looks so good, you look fine. I was like, yeah, but it's not what it seems. When she called me, I think I was about 2 weeks into withdrawal, and boy, my neck was like bright red. My face was a lot chubbier than it normally is. And for her to tell me that like I look fine, I mean, it was nice to hear that, because I did not feel fine. I was literally falling to pieces underneath my makeup. And right now, I am going to talk to Rachel Zohn. And she's here. Right on time.
On your skin
can affect you so bad. Exactly. Yeah. You'd think a pill is like 10 times worse than a cream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think they're just as bad. Just as bad.
I never would have.
She put that interview on the website. Everything that I'm talking about now, I'm going to put it in the description box if you want to have a read. Health Central is a great place to go for if you want information, funny little articles to read and tips and tricks. It's really good. Once I put up the eczema video, I had a comment, and it was a lady, and she said, do you mind if I put your video on my blog? And I was like, no, go ahead. I'll put her name here because she has a blog about skin issues and all that stuff. And I think she was what led Healthcare Central to find my videos. They must have followed her blog and then found out about me. I know you're watching because you watch all my videos. Hello. So, December. Christmas time was difficult because obviously you have to see family, You have to interact with people, you know, you can't be antisocial because it's Christmas. And being about a month, maybe a month and a half into withdrawal, it was definitely the hardest time that I've ever experienced. I was still trying to cope at work. I was trying to cope with like just putting on a brave face. But behind closed doors, I was a mess. I was not a pleasure to be around. Like, I was miserable. It also caused a lot of arguments with like me and my boyfriend. A couple days before Christmas, he kind of set up this little photo shoot for me. And he said to me, take pictures. It's so crazy. Take pictures without your makeup. I was like, what? Why would I want to do that? Like, really, why would anyone want to take pictures when they look bruised, when they look grey, when they look broken? I looked broken. And I was like, no, that does not sound like any kind of fun. And then he kept trying to convince me. He's like, look, you're gonna need these pictures to look back on. Just do it. And I was like, do you know what? I'll do it only if I can put makeup on afterwards. He agreed, so he did it. And looking at the pictures, you can just tell how awkward I feel. There was lights in front of me, and I just think it just made everything look 10 times worse. And I couldn't wait for the pictures to be done so I could put makeup on. And the change in my mood, the way I acted, it just completely changed when I put makeup on. And it's like, I shouldn't feel bad about wanting to look normal. For Christmas, I also made a video showing people how I put on my makeup. And it was received positively, but there are some people out there that all they want to do is complain that putting on makeup is not going to make you better. I know that. I don't know why people think I don't know that. I didn't put makeup on because I felt like it. I did it because I have to boost myself in some way. To get rid of that insecurity, to get rid of feeling like a monster. There are a lot of comments saying, stop wearing makeup, stop. And I'm like, I haven't been wearing makeup. I've not been wearing makeup for this whole time I've been off. But it's Christmas. Do you know what it feels like to be in a room full of people and you feel like a monster? No, you probably don't. I was going to see my niece and my nephew, and they're like under 5 years old. I'm not trying to scare them, you know? I'm not trying to sit at the table eating my Christmas dinner and people just looking at me like, oh, that looks like it hurts. Constantly questioning me like, why is your skin like that? I just wanted to have a normal day with my family without having to think about my skin. The minute I got home, I took that shit off. Big deal. People wear makeup as a confidence boost. Some people wear too much, yes, we know. But some people wear it just to be normal. Okay? Okay. After Christmas came work, and I was dreading going back to work, and it didn't happen. I spent tons of time in bed. Obviously now you guys know that every month I've been doing updates on my skin. My video frequency went right down. There were no videos apart from the updates once a month. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the energy to get out of bed. I didn't want to see myself on camera, makeup or no makeup. I did not want to see myself. But I felt I owed it to some people to just update and to document what was happening. Especially being a woman of colour. A lot of people that I followed on Instagram that were going through TSW had paler skin. And I was developing really dark scars. I lost pigmentation in my forehead. And I'm like, hey, am I the only one experiencing this? If anyone was to start this journey and they had darker skin like me, at least they had someone to look at to kind of gauge what kind of journey they're going to experience. In the winter, I met up with a girl called Amara, and she is going through TSW like myself, and she is the one that led me to join the Facebook group. She said, please join the Facebook groups. I go to meetups every now and again. It would be nice to see you at the next one. So we went to the next meetup, which was in January, and I met loads of people that were going through TSW, which was great because for the whole 2 months I was going through this, I was the only one that knew what was happening to my skin. I was in my head a lot of the time. I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone, and if I did, they really didn't understand, so it was kind of pointless. But here we had a lovely lunch, and I got to speak to everyone, listen to everyone's stories about how they're coping, how they got in this place, how did they find out. It was like a release, you know. While I was there was a girl sitting opposite me. Her name was Emma, and I just remember her. She has this fantastic like red hair. I could tell that she was suffering quite badly. I mean, we all were, but for her, I just think her symptoms at that table at that time were the most prominent and most visible. And she said that she does stuff in like media, and she knows some people that love to film, and she kind of put it lightly to everyone at the table. If I was to make like a little film about TSW, like, would you guys be involved? And all of us were like, hell yeah. And I will come back to that in a moment. So moving on through the months, obviously my updates show how I've been coping, and I've been slowly getting better with minor setbacks. You know, I've had holidays. I never tried to let it stop me from doing what I wanted to do, even though it's been a bloody struggle. April was very busy for me. First I was contacted by Mugu, which was amazing. I got a box full of goodies. Then I got contacted by Neutral 0%. I did an ad for them not too long ago. And then shortly after that, I was asked to be an expert on a panel for a brand that just wants opinions on what people like me would like to see in products. Then the end of that week, Emma came down along with Amara, and we sat in my house and we did some filming for this documentary that she is trying to get out. And the whole project is called The Prescribed Addiction, which just explains exactly what we're going through. And she is traveling all over, just interviewing whoever will give their input, even doctors, some doctors that don't even believe in TSW. She's trying to get the message across to them that we are not making this up, and this is caused by the medicines that you are prescribing us over and over again. But obviously they need funding. They have their own equipment, but if they want to travel around and use other equipment, they need to rent it and hire it. And they have a GoFundMe page, which I will leave in the description box. Every little helps. I've donated, my manager's donated. There is another YouTuber called Brianna. I'm sure all of you have seen her. She's American. She is also doing a documentary called Preventable. That is still in the works, and she also needs money for licensing, equipment, traveling and everything. And it's just like, I stand behind all of this because who else is going to stand up for us? It's taken two ladies going through withdrawal themselves to stand up and say, do you know what, this isn't right. We want to stop people going through this. Nobody has to go through this. That's why it is preventable. If doctors could just use a different approach to skin diseases, maybe a lot of us wouldn't be in the situation that we are in now. I also received an invite to this very ominous eczema experience thing. The way that it's described, it's like a interactive and immersive eczema experience. And it literally showed exactly what people like me go through on a daily basis. Like, even before we've got to work, the struggle it takes to get to work and sort ourselves out to look presentable. If I never made these videos, I would never have got to experience that. And I just literally feel like everything is there for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I was meant to make that video for Emmy to message me, for me to stop, for me to go through withdrawal, to really appreciate my skin and understand that my skin is not healthy, I'm not healthy, I need to stop. And it all started from that hair video, my hair journey, which is another... Even now, my hair is continuing to grow. This is all because of the steps I took 4 years ago now. So yeah, it's like you make a decision and you stick to it, and everything just falls into place later on. It's a journey. It's not a quick fix. With my skin, it was always about quick fixes, whereas now it's more like I'm willing to take the steps required. No matter how long it takes, I'm willing to wait. If you have imperfect skin, you're still pretty. You're still beautiful. You don't have to be perfect all the time. It's not plausible. It's not doable. This phone just keeps going off. So there is a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes outside of my updates, and now that I feel a lot better and my skin is doing a lot better, I plan to be more consistent with my uploads. I just kind of wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys want to see? My most popular video on here is the mixed girl tag, but I mean, I don't know how to elaborate on that. I'm still quite shocked that that video has the most views. I guess that's what people like seeing. They just like learning about other people, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that's the end of the video. And thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sticking around, listening to my whingy self. I'm just glad that people like my videos and they keep coming back. So thank you so much for watching, and here's to another year on YouTube. Thank you. Bye.